everybody back to Slay the Stars in episode 87. Last time we were here, Zem saved Talia from her dream state that she was stuck in thanks to Adria. As far as we know, Kai is still lost without any idea of how to get her back. Everybody went to sleep. Dashara tried to stay awake, but we're all tired. And you wake up. Everybody's full rested. Nothing bad happened to you.
Thank you.
Today.
Today.
It's gonna be the day.
So, what do you do? What are you going about your business first thing in the morning?
Is everybody awake or is Talia still asleep?
So I will say Talia's the first one awake.
Oh.
So Talia, you wake up and it's just getting to be dawn.
Okay. So I'll look around. Do I remember these people?
That's a good question. Roll me a history check with disadvantage.
Let me make sure I'm on the right freaking calendar. Character sheet.
Is Lorhn awake or no?
Oh.
Maybe he's just outside.
I would like Lorhn to be outside for just a moment.
Yeah.
You said history check with what?
Disadvantage.
Dueling 15s.
That's good.
For 16.
All right. You do recognize them.
Okay.
And that is a good feeling for you because you know that things just sort of like slip through your fingers very easily.
My friends.
Yeah. You also, with a 16, remember where you were. You remember your last memories.
Who the fuck has a house phone?
We have.
You remember where you were, and that's kind of weird for you because you don't really remember the explosion and what happened with Kai. That is like completely gone at this point because you spent so much time in that dream state.
Yeah.
So now you're confused and you're not in the forest. You remember your forest because that's where you always were. And then you remember not being there. And
Do I remember my dad?
You remember looking for somebody.
Okay.
Somebody important to you. But you can't remember who it was.
It's like trying to catch those threads of a dream.
Yes. And you're like, I was looking for somebody important. I don't remember who it was. Like, there was somebody who was lost and I was in the woods. And you're looking around and you're like, these are my friends, but I don't remember. And then Lorhn, you step back in through the door and you're like, him. That's who I was looking for.
Okay. I'll resist.
Wait, what are you going to do?
Well, I was looking for my dad. And then I'm like, oh no, I was looking for him. Are you my dad?
Maybe on that. He walks back outside.
Where were you?
I was scouting, making sure there's nobody outside. You're awake. Welcome back.
Thank you.
You seem lighter.
Well, you're here, and my friends are here, and I remember my friends.
You remember?
Yeah, my friends. They're here.
No, I can see them.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, good.
And in my dream, we were running around the woods, I think. I think you were teaching me how to hunt. Anyway, and then I had to go through a scary door, but I found you.
All right. Scary door. You said you were being taught how to hunt?
Yeah, you were teaching me how to hunt.
I have not taught you any of that. I think you're wrong.
That's how I remember it.
And you're sure it was me?
Yeah.
Tully, roll me just a flat wisdom check.
9?
What he's saying doesn't make sense to you because who else would have taught you how to hunt? Because at this point, you're thinking, you're like, he's the only person I ever met in the woods until my friend showed up.
Yeah.
So it had to have been him.
Duh.
All right. Come outside. Come here.
Okay. I get up and then I'm actually gonna grab my stuff. Put on my quiver, grab my bow, saunter outside.
I just scouted around, and we're in a village that's like six-ish really rundown houses, right? Like
Yeah,
not,
it's not. Yeah, it's not very much at all.
there's not a lot here. Tell me what you see. Was I, did I do a good or bad job scouting then? If I'm the one that taught you.
Well, I mean, I can see 6. How? Oh, you mean for like other? And I'm gonna look around, and then I'm gonna try to scramble up on top of a roof.
Okay. You can scramble up on the roof, no problem. What I want you to do is roll me a survival check.
That's a nat 20.
On brand, I love it.
So you watch as she goes to scramble up on a roof that is of one of the more rotted houses. You scouted this area pretty thoroughly, so
Mhm.
you saw it and you're like, she's about to fall through that roof.
Oh,
And
fuck.
she looks up and she's like, nope. And you see her realize it because she's paying attention. She climbs down silently. You don't hear any of this. And she looks around, she finds another house that she's able to get up on top of some of the exposed rafters that are still decent for standing on. Tally, as you are looking around, now yesterday, you weren't there whenever you got there. You all were there whenever you scouted and you saw a couple tracks that were like animals, but it didn't look like anybody had been through here recently. Talia, you see the same thing. Some animal tracks, mostly small game. There aren't a lot of large animals left here. Most of them have been corrupted at this point. But you see some fresh drag marks. Narrow, but long. It almost looks like if you were to take like a pitcher of water and pour it into like sand or something and it creates that like snake-like sort of thing. Very narrow like that. Maybe no more than 3 or 4 inches wide. And it almost looks like a snake that kind of like slithered off into the bushes, but it's not just one. There's at least like 3, maybe more of these on the outskirts of the houses. They didn't ever come close up. Almost like they were stuck like off into the trees a little bit.
Is there any other markings, or it's just that?
Are you getting down and like looking up close?
I don't think I'm done looking far enough in the distance yet. Like,
Okay, no, you don't see anything
Okay.
aside from the drag marks.
okay.
And when you look off in the distance, I mean, even on top of this roof, there's trees and mountains, and it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to see very far.
Yeah. Okay, but like no other signs of anything else being around that I
Nope.
can tell from him. Okay. And I'm sorry, did you say that they were all over? Like like they were coming up against some kind of barrier and testing all the barrier, or like the north or the east?
No, it does look like they came from all the directions, almost like they were scouting around the camp, but were purposely trying to not be seen. This
Okay.
does seem like an intelligent
Okay.
choice.
Oh, well, it was more a matter of are we surrounded?
It does not seem like you are currently surrounded. You don't see any of the creatures that made these markings, but something is aware of your presence.
Okay. So then I will scramble down, and then I want to go check out those tracks a little bit more closely. But when I do that, I'm going to say, I think you missed something.
Lorne's just staying back and kind of watching. He's not doing a lot of, like, yeah, of course she's better at this. Like, he's trying to prove a point.
Roll me a survival check, Lorhn.
Nah, fuck. It's cocked. Not bad. Oh, river. Survival 21.
All right. Lorhn, I will say you didn't miss these. You saw them. This is kind of testing her. Tali,
Mhm.
you start walking over towards them, and
Sorry, I just want to interject. When I'm headed towards them, I want it to seem like fluid, like liquid. Like moving in a way that's very much like, oh my gosh, Randall from Monsters Inc. Like,
Oh, yes.
yeah.
I enjoy that. Uh, so as you are getting closer, Lorne, you did see the drag marks. You knew they were there, and you're like, yeah, see, she's gonna get it. And then, Tully, you start noticing that. How do I put this down? You know when you take like a spade and you stab it into wet dirt
Mm-hmm.
and then pull it out, the dirt kind of comes back together, but there's like a small
Yeah.
slit left in the ground.
Right.
You notice many of those.
Okay.
Many areas that look like somebody took a shovel or a spade or a knife, something narrow, long, and sharp, and plunged it into the ground. And you see those all around the drag marks. And Lorne, you didn't notice that.
So like it had legs, like it was like a bug.
That's kind of the impression that I get, but is there any kind of pattern to it? Like, are they equidistant on either side from where the drag mark is, or are they... I don't know how to phrase this, but what I'm trying to get at is, in my mind, there's two options. We either have some sort of leg, or we have like a weapon, or like a walking or something.
The puncture marks, there's a lot of them, so it's kind of hard to like tell which go to which place. But you did roll a nat 20, and now that you're looking at them, you rolled over 20 as well. You notice that they seem to be about legs width apart, potentially.
Okay.
So maybe these are weird, sharp legs. But the drag thing always seems to be to one side of them.
Okay. Weird. Okay. So, I guess two things. One, does it look like these tracks are fucking chaotic? Or do they look militant?
This does not look like... So if you were a military person or a trained scout, trying to like get in and get back out in like this does not look like that. Like I said, they don't come close enough to where like a light from your fire or something like that would illuminate them to where you could see them. So they're intelligent enough to try to stay in the shadows.
Right.
But their movements do seem more chaotic than that of a normal person.
Okay. And then, is there anything about any part of it that would stand out in my mind? I know I don't remember a lot, but when it comes to defenses in the woods, like, I'm pretty good at that.
Both of you roll me nature checks.
Oof.
Nature.
Mm-hmm.
19.
11.
Okay. Tolly, no, you're sort of like, I don't know, seems like a bug thing. That's where you are with this. And you fought weird, creepy bugs here, so that's sort of what you're thinking. Lorne, the more you look at these, the more you think like this is because so there do seem to be like two branches of creatures that are taking over Lyra at this point, right? There's the stuff that used to be human, and then the stuff that used to be animal. This is leaning very much to you in the used to be human category. 2 legs, weird dragging arm. That's what you're thinking.
Let's see. I figured it was a snake. That's not right.
Like a bug, like an insect.
Um,
With a tail.
Did you see anything else while you were up on that roof? Just the tracks?
Just
Nothing
these
else?
tracks.
Nothing else.
Mm-mm.
I think I might be wrong. I think it's something else.
You don't think it's a bug?
I don't know if it was always a bug.
Mm. Oh, like one of those things.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like it might be more than one thing. Like a brood of them or something.
Yeah, but how many?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, these marks are so all over the place. I don't know that there's any way to tell how many.
All right, let's take a walk back and keep an eye out.
Did you check in all of these buildings?
Probably not.
They're like single room, right?
Yeah, they're basically just little shacks.
So on the way back, I want to peer into each of them, but I want to stick to shadows. Like I'm just looking for signs that there's anyone in there, or like if I see anything valuable. I know the odds are slim, but
Mhm.
like I just want to make sure that I'm
Roll me a
looking.
perception check.
Well, that's a nat 1, plus an 11, so 12.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's not much here. These look like they have not been used in a year or two, potentially. Most of them have been pretty ruined by just moisture coming in. The roofs were at one point in time probably just made of like thatch or
Mhm.
something. You know, they were quickly put up. Um, the only stuff you see that has any real like value is maybe some like dishes, cups, things
Mhm.
like that, little like homey type things, but
Yeah.
there's nothing like that would probably be useful to you in this situation.
Okay.
While this is happening, Zem and Shar, you start to wake up.
Do you remember when you would wake up and people had breakfast and you could just get breakfast and not have to like scrounge for whatever food was around?
I mean, yeah, I remember it. It's been a
Miss
minute.
that. I could really use some coffee.
Yeah, me too.
Look around.
Feels like the old times.
I'm gonna look around and scout the room. Scout's the wrong word. Like check the room. And then I'm gonna see that Lorne and Talia are not there, and then I'm gonna like bolt up the rest of the way, like, oh my god, where are they?
Dashara kind of like opens one eye. She's like asleep, half standing up, leaning against the wall, and she's like, they left like 15 minutes ago. I heard something about scouting. I don't know.
How are you both awake and asleep?
Military training.
Why did you let them leave? And like I'm gonna jump up and like head for the door.
They're fine. They're just making sure there's no creepy crawlies out there.
Well, I mean, I don't fully trust them yet, and also I don't want them to get hurt at the same time. And
Just sit down. They're fine. And Zashara like gets in. She's like, hold on. And she like gets in her bag and she pulls out like a baggie and she starts shaking it at you. And you smell. It smells like instant coffee.
I'll go check and see where they are.
okay.
No, both of you. They're fine. Just Talia woke up and she seemed like she was a little like concerned and like she said something about, I don't know, Lorhn seemed worried about her, so he took her outside. I think they're just having a moment. Just give them a minute. We'll make some coffee. If they're not back in 5 minutes, we'll go find them.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna grumble, but I'm gonna go over and like get some mugs down and look for a tea kettle. And if there's not a tea kettle, I'll pull out my tea kettle. But I don't want to use my tea kettle here, so I'll
No,
do
there's
it if
like
I
a tea
have to.
kettle.
Okay, cool.
So
Fine.
just for the record, that Talia brought everything. Lorne only brought his sword.
Yeah.
So his stuff is still in the house.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna like, hold on, what's it called? I will light a fire. Do I want to do a... I'm gonna do a magical fire. I'm trying to think about
Now I'm thinking
like
about the police.
signals.
Magic, magic.
Anyway, just to heat the tea kettle, and then I'm gonna scoop a little bit into 3 mugs.
Nope. Standard military rations.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. Did you get some sleep?
I did. We need to talk about our next steps, but we should do that together.
Mm-hmm. Deshara looks over. Luteo's like, just not waking up. And she's like, we'll just let the baby sleep. We'll just tell him what he has to do when he wakes up.
It's fine with me. Although, I have been thinking, I do think I want to try something with him. I don't know if it's going to work, but if we can... Well, I don't want to talk about it in case it doesn't work. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, but I might need some time with him before we go our ways.
Okay. Sure.
I don't think we've talked about the cave, because when would we have? The thing that we're trying to get to, there's a chance that our magic doesn't work when we get there.
What do you mean?
Remember when we were in the fight in the tower and I went away?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was here already.
You came to this plane?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Do you know how long ago that was?
At least 20 episodes.
Do you remember how we said we weren't going to, like, keep things from each other anymore?
It wasn't intentional. It just didn't pop up. And then we
Ugh.
had funerals and we had to prep for space, and then we were being chased by a giant white floating ball of death and, gods.
Your life's really interesting. Could make a good book someday. Or a podcast.
The fuck is a podcast?
Sounds like something nerds do.
It is. It is something nerds do.
This hurts. Okay. And Char sits down, like, cross-legged at this point.
Wait, so you're saying that we could go all this way, get to this place, and then you and Zem will basically become useless when we get there?
No. In the cave. In the cave, there's a chance it doesn't work. That, or she was lying. Oh, yeah, I met her in person.
Uh-huh.
Can I hit him yet?
Life was fucked up.
Can you
So let's just start over.
Can you tell me everything that happened? What did she say? Did she touch you?
No.
Did she
don't think
give
so.
you anything?
An invitation, like verbal. It wasn't physical.
The fuck is a physical invitation?
Come to this party at such and such a time.
Oh, like a piece of paper.
How am I the dick in this situation?
I'm just looking for anything that could help track or trace her, so that's why I'm asking these questions of you. Since apparently you can't decipher when to provide details that are important to our missions.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna not go there. Let's just... When I got teleported, it was right outside of the cave that we're looking for. She appeared as if, like, when I entered the zone, she just knew I was there. And I don't know if that's because I was banished. Was that the spell?
Mm-hmm. You were banished.
I was banished there. Horrifying. And that was just something that, like, blipped on her radar, or if she knew that because I was next to the cave. She did say that it was her sister that was in the cave, right? Or did she say that it was my mother? She said it was my mother.
She said it was your mom. I don't know if she said it was her sister in that moment either.
Yeah.
You know that they're the same person, so that's fine. But, wait, so you're just telling me that you were here. She was right there. She could have just right then.
She could have.
But instead, she talked to you. Did
She-
you try to use your magic and realize it didn't work? Or
No, it was. It all happened in the span of like 20 seconds. I was outside the cave. She said that I could go in and see my mom, but hey, there was a chance my magic didn't work when I go into the cave.
she told you that?
Yeah.
Why would she tell you?
I don't know. I'm not exactly a fight first kind of person.
At this point, Lorne and Tally come walking in, and they can see that a heated discussion is happening, so they just sort of like stand off to the side and listen.
I picture that I'm like crisscross applesauce on my moss bed with my like mug of coffee that I'm holding up like by my face, like, you know, you would be cozy. But I'm just sort of like, it's a cross between a glare and like an incredulous look on my face looking at you like, what? As you're telling what's happening. Or, you know, what happened, rather.
I mean, literally within 30 seconds of me coming back, your mom died, Dahlia's died. We had to go do a funeral rites. We had to figure out what the fuck was going on with your dad, which fuck him, by the way. And then they were telling us that we had to find a crew to go into space. And that was where she came in.
Aye, aye, Captain.
No. That one. I don't want that responsibility.
So,
Pardon me if it fucking slipped my mind. I didn't die. Nothing really happened. And we are here.
no, I understand that. It's just that, you know, in the weeks that have passed since then, anyway, doesn't matter.
Kai
We're
was
here.
business. Where is Kai, by the way?
She's still snapped wherever she went to. Unless she's not, and she's somewhere else now. I don't know. I don't know where she is. I don't know how to track her.
Have we tried to communicate with home?
Not in a while.
I wonder if it even works. And Char's gonna like sit down for a minute. It's like, hey, Rafe, did you hear anything yet? Astral projection and whatnot. Also, hi.
Roll me a percentile.
Yeah, I figured that was. Let's see. There you are, you little shit. 23.
All right. There's a little bit of a
Like a
lag. To the point where you're sort of like,
Oh, that didn't work.
think it
oh
worked.
shit, it didn't work. And then you get a message back that says, sorry, no new information. Glad to hear from you. It's been a really long time. Things aren't good here, but we're hanging in there. Is Zem? And it's just like a question mark hanging.
No new info. Things aren't good.
Things aren't good.
Hanging in. Zem question mark. I wonder what he meant by things aren't good. I don't have any more. Wait, how long has it been?
That's a good question. A fortnight.
Like, I'm not talking like the normal amount of time, because that would have had to have been 2 weeks, like worldwide. But what if there's like the whole interstellar bullshit time lag?
We don't know. I don't think we've ever asked, like when we've had these communications, because in the grand scheme of things, it's not been important enough to ask about.
Yeah, it's almost like we're getting attacked every other day.
Uh-huh.
Fuck.
All right. Well, then I guess I'll try. What does... No. Hi, my love. What does not good mean?
How long has it been?
I'm trying to think of how I want to word this.
Do you want me to count? I'm sorry.
No. I'm trying to think because, like, I want to differentiate between, are your efforts not going well, or is this a planetary issue? Um,
Back.
okay. Hi, my love. What does not good mean? How long has it been? Um, what are we missing?
You have a lot more words left, just as an FYI. Because it's 25, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have 8 more.
Oh. We're getting close. Should be any day now.
Okay.
There's another lag. Oh, roll me a percentile.
Oh yeah.
Oh, fuck.
76.
Good. Okay. The message comes back. It's good to hear your voice. Fighting on 2 fronts. Creatures from the Bellwood. Istin in Morbale. We need you. I need you.
Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time.
Because this is with a spell slot now, not the ring.
Right.
I wonder if there's a difference if it going through.
We'll see.
No, there's no difference. I'll tell you that. There's no difference.
Damn it.
Um,
I mean, yay. So, Istin and Talia are just kind of sitting there.
You mean Lorne and Talia?
Yes, I mean, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Fuck Istin. What? So, when we do this spell, do we have to say it or do we have to think it? Because I thought it was verbal to send a message.
I will say with the rings, you can do it
Non-verbal.
non-verbally
But with
if
the
you want.
spell-
But the spell, you do need to
Okay.
whisper it out loud.
So for them, we just stopped talking for a minute, and then
Yeah.
it's like Shar got a message like an antennae.
Yes.
Great. And what's his name is just still sleeping.
Luteo.
Yes.
Yeah, he's sleeping through all of this.
I'm gonna forget his name at least 2 more times today. So does Deshara? Is like she doing anything? Does it seem like she's as odd as the other 2 right now?
Wait, sorry, say that again?
Does Deshara seem like she's also receiving a random ass message?
No, she does not.
Is she concerned during this period of time? I'm just trying to get a sense for like Lorne and Tali.
No, Dashara is used to Zem and Shar's idiosyncrasies. And so she's just sort of like sitting, waiting to hear any word about home.
Okay. So I'm gonna respond, and so out loud for all to hear, I'm gonna say, "Who's been lost? Where are you headquartering?" I'm making up words. I don't care. I'm working as quickly as I can, but about to be magically bound. I love you. Stay whole.
Wait, hold on. Say it again.
Who's been lost? Where are you headquartering?
Okay.
I'm working as quickly as I can, but about to be magically bound. I love you. Stay whole.
Okay. He says, oh, wait, roll your percentile. You're good. Right now, we have our efforts split between Verrotten, Saltspire, and Tel Nim. We're trying to hold all of the cities, but we worry that we're going to have to let one go eventually. So far, that sounds like a mean way to say that. No notable losses? I don't know how to say, like, we didn't lose anybody that you.
No,
like,
that's
people have died.
he is a how old vampire?
It's true,
Like,
it's
that's,
true.
Yeah.
No notable losses. That's how he's going to say it. But I'm going to say the tone in his voice is not like, oh, nobody's died. It's like,
yeah, it's not flippant.
it's not
just,
flippant.
People have died. Nobody that's a major player yet.
Yes. Was there another question?
Yeah, where's the HQ?
She said, and they're in the cities. That was it. I just said, I love you, stay
Okay.
whole.
They're gonna have to lose one.
And then he says, I don't care if this is more words. If you have a suggestion on which city to give up, I'm all ears. Love you.
So he said Verrotten,
Saltspire and Tel Nim.
You have to find the world map again, motherfucker.
Basically, Verrotten's at the far north, and Saltspire's at the south, and Tel Nim is like northeast-ish.
Yeah, I mean, my gut instinct is Saltspire. I mean, it sucks. There's so much like community and,
It's not really built to be defensible.
culture there, but like, yeah, the defense is, although the fucking school is right there.
The school's there. If you lose Saltspire, you lose Ocean Guard as well.
We don't know a whole lot about Verrotten, but we do know that it seems to be important to them because, like, that's where the child was from, the other child. And, like, we don't know this. Like, we don't know this, but we know this. That, like, that's where the drow are that are on this plane. And, like, I feel like that's gonna matter. But also,
You mean Tel Nim?
oh yeah,
Yeah,
they're from Tel Nim.
we
Yes.
do know that. Like, as characters, we know that.
Verrotten is where
Orcs are
The
from.
orcs. We probably need to lose Saltspire, which sucks. But the problem is they're fighting a two-wage war. Who are the two sides? They're fighting the Bellwoods and the what's his face, right?
if they group in the north, they can hopefully overcome that and then move south again once they've regrouped, if they need to.
Okay, so are we saying? I'm assuming we're just talking about this in characters then at that point,
No.
or are we just?
No, I actually need to tell everyone that what I heard. So like gravely, I'm going to like look around the room and looking at Shar and Shara. So they're fighting on multiple fronts, which we expected, but it doesn't seem to be going well. Istin is attacking from Morbale, or in Morbale. and they're still battling the creatures from the Bellwood. And they're but they're in Verrotten, Saltspire, and Tel Nim, but they think that they're going to need to lose one.
It's unacceptable.
It is unacceptable, but
Deshara gets back in her bag, and you see she pulls out one of those books that you are very familiar with. Did you really think they were going to send me here without one of these?
We could have been communicating with them the whole time?
she has been. She was sent here as a spy, bro.
And
Calm down.
she opens it and
He has a negative charisma and a very low intelligence. I'm sorry, neutral intelligence.
she takes out this little, like an inkwell that she has, and she takes the back of her pen, which already has like almost like a razor blade on it, and she just slits her finger and she lets it dribble into the little inkwell, and then she takes her pen and fills her pen up, and she starts writing. What?
No, I'm
So was there anything outside? He
just
turns to the
watching
other
you
two.
work.
No. And you see her, she's writing, and she's waiting. Then a couple responses come, and she's just like, idiots. And she's like writing. And I would like for you both to roll me insight checks.
Okay.
This bitch is royalty, isn't she?
That'd be dope. Zem, of course, would be involved.
16.
Okay.
Oh, what is it?
Insight?
Oh, fuck you. That is 20... I'm sorry, 31.
Okay, Zem, you're watching her do this, and you're like, there's no way she's just... You have a thought. You're like, there's no way she's just a fucking soldier.
Mhm.
Like, the way she's writing and, like, getting annoyed and, like, telling somebody off.
And I watched her whole, like that soldier snapped into place like it's been beaten into her from the day she was born.
Char, all these little things are clicking into place. You thought it was weird that, like, she was assigned to you and, like, she's been very like, oh yeah, I had this military training, she explains everything away with like, oh, that's just part of military training.
Very,
but like
nobility.
Yeah, but you know what like being a soldier entails, and she seems way too well versed. But you're not thinking royalty. You're now thinking officer. But like how high ranking officer? Maybe she is nobility. Probably not like a princess situation.
Like nobility for orcs is
Yes,
like,
but you're thinking like, oh shit, like how high does this go? Like who is this person that's just been
Zem has a type.
So you do know that for the record, we don't care whether or not you are our friend through this, right? And you, regardless of how high up you are ranked, it doesn't matter to us.
She stops writing? I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Why
okay.
would that matter to any of us?
It doesn't. Was there anything outside?
There's like a lot of like care and concern about these books. And they just fling you into space with us and one of them.
Yeah, the general wanted me to just report back to him about any weird things, because
Right,
you know,
the
you guys
general.
do a lot of weird things. Yeah.
Banana.
Yeah. Just let him know what we're doing. You know?
Were you
Mm-hmm.
telling him or ordering?
I definitely think
hold on. Now I need to... When you say, are you telling him or ordering, she goes, wait a minute.
This coffee is fantastic. Very chewy.
There's definitely more to you than meets the eye. And you try really hard to cover that up. And I'm sorry that I didn't look deeper before. And we can leave it at that.
Lorhn, you're thinking back to the conversation you had with Deshara. last night, where she was saying, like, oh, but like as a soldier, she doesn't know how to deal with these feelings she's having
Lorhn,
about Zem
Lorhn
and
knew,
Shar. I'm
100%.
reminding the audience at this point, because her allegiances now lie with Zem and Shar, and like that whole conversation is much more meaningful now that it's obvious that Dashara is not just a soldier.
You guys didn't know that before?
Dashara's looking at Lorhn like,
Kill. Do it then.
Let's all play nice. We're in the same sandbox.
Shar, I'm sorry. Lorne's current friend in this moment is 1000% Dashara.
There's no need. I think we all know.
you don't know anything. And Dashara looks at the book and she's like, you're all... And she's like writing furiously. And you're watching her hand as she's writing this, and you just see one word in big letters and underlined multiple times. It says Appletoft. Just freaking, she's angry.
Shar sees that?
Both of you see it. Because she's sitting at the table with you.
Is it Orcish?
No. It's the city.
Appletoft?
It is the city south of Verrotten on the map.
One that it's not... Wait.
It's on there.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
It's right underneath Verrotten. It's the second.
Oh my god. I looked at that, I'm like, hey, Annenfell, are you sure?
Annenfell's more south.
Yep, I see that now.
I think that our best bet for the least amount of casualties, because we're still going to have casualties,
We need to get rid of Saltspire.
is if they find themselves in a place where they have to, it should be Saltspire. We'll lose the school if it's not lost already, but we can... I mean, honestly, I was at both schools, and the other school is better.
And the other way, you don't have to deal with the garden chicanery either.
I don't think it's there yet. I think that there are favors that could be called in with other people who have not been brought into the conflict and who are trying to remain neutral.
Like who? Who the
The
hell
giants.
Oh, fuck me.
So, both of you are fairly sure that giants aren't real. It's like Yetis, right? Yetis aren't real. Remember whenever we were playing Rhyme with Frostmaiden? And my character was very certain that Yetis were not real.
Yep. You're like, I want to never believe that. And you rolled so shit on a psychological
is that race,
breakdown.
The blood
hunters.
Blood hunters. I always want to say bloodborne. Man, that was such a cool concept that just sucked in application.
It did suck in application.
Bloodborne?
No.
Blood hunters. But anyway, yes, you
Although
both...
I didn't like that game either, but anyhow.
This is something, Shar, I like the idea of this being like, you and Xander, when you would have more of your just like fun talking together moments, you'd be like, tell me stories about like when you were like training or when you were a kid, and Xander would tell you about like the time he saw a Yeti, and you'd be like, you're such an idiot. Like, that's not real. But like, he's been like really serious. Like, no, giants are real. Yetis are real. They live up in the mountains. And so you're kind of on the fence about whether they're real or not. Zem, you are just like, no.
Because there's like the... If Xander brought them up, he's just like, I will believe that they are real when I see them, but I'm not saying that they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I think that y'all were just enjoying some mushrooms or something hallucinogenic.
Weed.
And Talia's just like, did you say mushrooms?
Yes. You know what I mean?
We're now a sitcom.
Now.
And Dashara is just like, if we could get their help, if we could get people from Icarus to help, I think we don't have to lose anybody.
Icarus?
Okay, there's some things you need to know about Akaris.
Wait.
Yeah.
Before we get into all of that, which is important, we are currently sitting on another fucking planet.
Yeah, you're right. I'm getting pulled into conflicts at home.
Which one's a Cars?
The big island.
It's
The big
the
flamey
burned
island.
out.
Oh, the one that is blurred. Okay.
Mhm. I'm gonna
Wait a minute, I knew
reach over and take her hand and squeeze. Not hard, just, I.
Breaks hand.
Not this one. I. Oh, you mean break my own hand? I see. Yes. I know that you're worried. I'm worried too. I want a home to go home to. But we have to focus on what's here and get our mission completed.
You're right. You're right. I know better than this. I'm letting outside things distract me from what the mission is. Okay. Hold on. And she goes back and she's writing one more very detailed message. And then she closes the book.
Before you
Mm.
Before she does that,
Mhm.
can you include in your message a message from me? Because this whole relay thing with Rafe is ridiculous.
Yes.
She probably hates that I'm asking this, but can you ask them to tell Rafe that my thought is Salt Spire, but I trust you?
Both of our thoughts are Salt Spire.
You can see she rolls her eyes.
Well, no, I mean, like that.
Tell Rafe.
That's
Yeah.
But that's a lot of weight, though. Like the two people that are from that location are like, lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's massive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so she's writing her whole thing down, and then she's like, tell Rafe that Zem and Shar is Saltspire. And she writes it down. And she closes it. She's just like, okay.
Lorhn looks over at Tally. So, do you want us to tell them about the snake insect creature, or do you want me to? I mean, you did discover what it was. So.
Yes, but they seem to be really, I don't know.
Now you can read subtlety. That was on me. Fair enough.
Deshar's like, no, if there's something coming to eat us, stab us, whatever, you might as well tell us.
So I climbed up on the roof.
Okay.
And I didn't see anything all around.
Okay.
But in the dirt, there's creatures that have tails.
Yes, I've seen creatures with tails.
Okay, so when they walk, it leaves a line behind them. If their tail drags. Or a snake does this.
Yeah.
She's miming a snake with her whole body. It's like that. It leaves that mark.
Okay.
But it also looks like it walks on one side with a shovel. I thought it was maybe an insect. Also, I think they're stupid.
What makes you think they're stupid?
Just assuming.
Because they were smart enough. Well, okay. They were smart enough to stay away, far enough away, because they didn't get super close.
Okay.
But they also move like dummies.
Interesting. And you saw all this too, Lorhn?
Yeah, not in that amount of depth, but yeah. And I'm not sure. It's like it knows we're here, but it's avoiding us. And it's reminiscent of the creatures we ran into before.
Interesting.
But those just run straight for us. So it's smarter than those, but still stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or...
So what do we do?
We keep moving on. I think it seems like the faster you guys get what you want and get out of here, it's going to be better for you guys back home. Seems like you're dealing with a lot of shite. So let's get you home.
Dashara nods a little bit, and then she looks over at Zem. What? What is... Where is your home?
The school.
So you don't want to stay here when this is over?
I mean,
She's looking at Shar now, too.
No, I don't want to stay here. Are you kidding?
it doesn't.
No offense. He looks
It
over at Lorhn.
seems, and that's like, as I'm hemming and hawing because I'm not trying to say like fuck this fucking place, but like also, it seems like it might be beyond help at this point, and we haven't. I'm fluid. I
Dashara snorts when you say that. I'm fluid.
shut up. I will. I want to go home. I think that it's beyond repair here. I hope I'm wrong, but we haven't even had our meet with Adria yet.
How's Talia reacting to that? Because Lorhn was going to do that next.
I said Adria.
No.
Yeah.
Oh. Did you actually say it?
I did.
Oh. How did Talia react to it?
I don't know how much she's actually paying attention to this conversation, to be perfectly honest. She probably finds this piece boring because, like, what are you talking about? Like, even if you get on your flying ship, where the fuck are you going? So I don't know that she's really paying attention, but she would have heard it. So at the very least, she would have, like,
Flinched.
full body chills, something like that.
Have you told Lorhn and Tally that you are fairly certain that the woman in the cave is Shar's mother?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
And that conversation piece happened before they got there.
Yeah, no, I was just curious.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
Okay. All right, so Dashara says, what's the plan? Are we all just gonna go to the cave and walk in? Are we gonna surround it, try to find another way in? You mentioned there's like a hole in the ceiling. Can we like drop in? Like what are we doing?
What is this, Mission Impossible?
I think that we do need to come in from several fronts, and I think that it makes sense to, Shar and I have been impacted by her in unimaginable ways, but I think that you here have had it worse, as insane as that might be. And I'm saying this because I feel like I don't think you can do this without us, and I don't think we can do this without you. And I'm looking right at Lorhn right now. I just want the job done. I'm absolutely fine with being a distraction. Do you think that you can get in there to end this?
At the very least, even if I die, she's not going to be able to walk out of there unharmed.
I don't mean to diminish your sacrifice because I feel the same way, but it needs to be more than that. We have to finish her.
Yeah. She's taken too much for her not to die.
And she'll continue to take from others, and I can't let that happen.
I agree. What is the god bubble? Is he doing all right?
It's like next to Dashara in like the little net, and she's like, "Yeah,
You
seems
good in
good."
there? Is
He
it
and I had a little bit of a conversation last night. He seems okay.
You talked to him last night?
Yeah, we talk a little bit every once in a while.
right? And he's not responding.
I'm
You
just gonna
good?
I'm just gonna flip it off.
Like, oh, Lorne, roll me a charisma save.
Fuck. Um, charisma save.
Mhm.
17.
Uh, Lorne, this is the first time that like you're feeling a little concerned. You keep hearing all these people talking about how this thing talks to them. They feel this urge to touch it, and you're like, I don't know, something's wrong, and you almost want to go over and inspect it closer. You're feeling compelled to move towards it.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you like lean in,
Well, he
even
does. Like that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like
Okay.
he's on the bed, like
S-
sitting.
so I'm going to throw. What do I have around me? So I'm on my bed, so I'd have like I'll throw like a book at you, um, and when I throw it, I'm not like aiming to hurt you, just distract you and pull you away from like whatever you're starting to You can't do that. You can't focus on it. That's how it gets you.
That's horrifying.
Yes.
All right, here's your book.
I don't
Toss
know.
it.
He doesn't seem that bad to me. He's just talks.
What? What is it saying?
Oh, right now he's not saying anything.
No,
But
no, no. Before.
oh, last night he was just saying like,
Kill all society, burn everything to the ground.
no, he was just saying like in a couple of days he's gonna be free, and like maybe he would have use for me or something. He's just kind of
He'll kill me
babbling.
last.
Yeah, like, kill me last. He was just saying like he doesn't understand why Zemashar is still so mistrusting. He's just you know wanted to help them or whatever. They have the same end goals, and
Does he really not remember that you're on the same fucking ship he attacked multiple times as we are?
yeah, I brought that up, and he said like being in prison for 2,000 years, sometimes he loses his temper, like.
I can't wait for you to be real. I'm gonna kick you in the dick so hard.
I'm gonna kick your dick through your teeth.
There's like this feeling in the room, like static electricity. All of your hair starts to like stand up a little bit, and Dashar's just like, I think he's mad.
Mm-hmm.
So, just for the record, he's not responsible for any of the shit going on through like Morbale, right? Or the Bellwoods. That's all Adria.
No, that's all his sister.
Oh fuck.
That's
Well,
Nox.
see, you answered your own question. Shara's now talking to the ball.
If you hadn't proven yourself so many times to be untrustworthy, you and your dumb sister, things might be different. But I can't trust you. Nobody can trust you.
Okay, so we need to get going. We need to go find this cave.
Anyway, yes, thank you. If we're going to defeat Adria, we need to come at her from multiple ways at the same time, and she seems to hate Shar and I the most, so I think we walk in the front door.
Lorhn and Shar, and I'm assuming Shar probably have the same reaction, like, of the castle?
No, the cave. Like, you know what I mean. Like, we're in her face.
Yeah, but there's a chance that our magic doesn't work when we walk into the cave.
I know.
Okay, I guess that's what's happening then.
I think that she's going to want to play with us. She's going to want to torture. And no, I don't want that to happen. But I think if that's the case, it will give everyone else enough time to take her off guard.
Okay. What if we don't have to be the ones to kill her, though?
What do you mean?
Well, what if we free the other one?
Are we ready for that?
We might not be powerful enough to do it now.
If she's in there with her, a distraction needs to be made, one way or the other. Right? Because she's not going to let us just walk out with her.
Right.
So,
At this point, Lorne would be confused. Like,
Oh, yeah.
what the hell
100%.
are you talking about? Who are we trying to free?
my mom.
He leans over to Tali. Do you have any idea what the fuck they're talking about right now?
Talia, you have no fucking idea. Actually,
Forgot that I was Tali for like
You're just like,
30 whole seconds.
who the fuck is Tali?
I'm like looking down at my thing. I'm just, Jesus.
roll me a history check with disadvantage.
16.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. They're talking back and forth about this person who, every time they say her name, it gives you these like cold chills, this bad feeling. You're trying not to listen. But they're talking about trying to take someone else out. And all of a sudden, you just blurt out, her sister? And then, Lorhn, you hear Tali say that. She says, her sister, and you say, what did you say? To get her to repeat it. And Tali, you don't remember what you just said.
What do you mean? Sorry. Repeat that again? What do you mean you don't know?
Repeat what?
The fuck?
The fuck?
You just said her sister.
She has a sister, and I'm pointing at Zem.
She has a sister?
Or did you mean the green one?
I'm having a conniption right now. Is what I'm having.
Lorhn, you're like Adria's sister? And Lorhn, you know a little bit about this,
Yeah.
obviously, because she was the queen that was overthrown by Adria. Adria told everybody her sister was dead, that she killed her.
I'm sorry. It's like he's fully interrupting the other three at this point. Like, you mean she's alive?
The pretty one? Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now?
I mean, I've only seen things in dreams. I don't know. Have a conversation with yourself.
So you're going into this cave to fight a god and rescue her sister. I mean, yeah, that's a pretty antiquated way to put it, but yeah. She's alive? Yes?
Oh my god. You're the fucking Heir. I just put it together. Jesus Christ.
Wait, was that a sig or was that me put it? Fuck. I don't.
No, that was me. That was Jen as a person just now
You
realizing.
hadn't put that together up to this
I
point?
wasn't thinking about that bitch. I've been focused on Adria.
That was all I've been thinking about. I don't know how to bring that up naturally. I'm like, fuck me, I guess.
Well,
I mean, Shark
we
could
go.
just say, like, yeah, I think that's my mommy. And that could blow this bitch wide open.
Ow. I mean, her sister may or may not be our mom, so yeah. Lorhn passes out.
Yeah, at this point, Lorne's mind is exploded.
And this is why she's wanted you dead over me the whole time. Me, because I had challenged her. But, like, you, because she, A, views you as easy, and B, you can really fucking challenge her. On every level.
Naivety.
Lorne, in this moment,
He's not well.
you're not well. Because you're having a couple thoughts. One is that this has to be bullshit because you're pretty sure the queen was dead. That's what Adria told everybody, and there's been no evidence to the opposite. And second of all, you're like, this clown is...
These two motherfuckers?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You're telling me that you two are the fucking heirs to the throne?
Not me, man. I don't think it's me. I don't.
If that motherfucker is telling me truths, It seems like he is. You two, and we don't know the name of her yet, do we?
We do,
We
but I
do.
can't remember
No,
it.
I mean, like, Lorhn would know, but I
Livia.
don't. Liv, thank you. So you two are the children of Livia, which is supposed to be the rightful heirs to the throne right now, which was overthrown by Adria, which is why we're in the shit.
I don't think I'm Livia's daughter.
Lorhn looks over to Shar. Hey, man, I'm just here. Okay.
Lorne, your wife, she was human?
Yeah.
A couple days before she was killed, she told you that she had a dream. And in that dream, the queen was sad. And it was almost like there was a message being sent to the people of Vela. And you're going to have to wait until next time to hear what that message was, because that is where we're going to end this
that
episode
is so mean.
of Slay the Stars. We'll
So
see you
mean.
in 2 weeks. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Fuck. Intro music by Isaac Vyers. Character designs by Cam Gonzalez. Produced by Leah Hemrick. Graphics designer Jen Kearney. And audio engineer Arthur Polino.